Hi, my name is Alex, and this is my first video on this YouTube channel, and I want to tell you about my pop tabs. I started a Instagram page called Sta-Rad tabs. It's kind of a play on words for the Stay On tab, which was invented in 1975. But as you can see here, I'm a very avid collector, almost what you would call a connoisseur of the pop tab. So this is my first attempt at making a YouTube channel, making kind of my hobby well known, and just create awareness about something that's really cool. I would like to get involved with a lot of metal detecting groups, but one of my main goals is to help my friend Yoba in the Netherlands. He started a movement and community called Pull Tab Archaeology. So my main goal is to not only help my friend, but also grow my own unique one-of-a-kind collection with pop tabs. So if you could check out Yoba's website, support his channel, and send him some tabs too. But I kind of want to, inform you guys that all of this information wouldn't be possible if it hadn't been for Yoba and the other guys that I met along the way. I would like to accredit him and his efforts, and even use some of his terminology in ways to identify each tab. He actually has a typology of the world pull tabs and stay on tabs, and it's actually quite rather large. It's probably the largest in the world. So he's very much a hero of mine, and someone that I hope to meet someday and work with him and to grow his collection and also the world typology. A lot of these tabs that I have in my collection will probably end up in his collection someday. So it all leads back to Yoba, and I would like to build on his work and help him, as well as some of the other friends that I've met, like William Schroeder, Evan Jaworski, and it all goes back to the people who are out in the field, the diggers. So it really comes down to you guys, and you guys are the ones that really can fuel the growth and discovering of these tabs. So in my collection and in my binder, I like to give credit and write down who found it and the location. But I would like to have a map someday, or a push pin map of all the places that tabs have been found. That way we can kind of create a global map, which Yoba has already done. And if you check out his website, you can see where people have sent in tabs from all over the world. So it all starts here, and I just want to say thank you. Ugh. Today's tab is one of my favorites, and we'll kind of start from the beginning for what I'm looking for in pop tabs, and that is the Kudzik, what I call the Kudzik variation of the Stay On tab in 1975. So we're going to take a look at this type and the many different variations and variants of this type, which is why I get so excited about the Stay On tabs. I collect all types of different tabs, from pull tabs that you would find from the 60s and 70s, all the way to the newer stuff, modern day tabs, and all the different colors and variations. But today I want to focus on 1975 Daniel F. Kudzik and what he did. And I found very many variations, which I'll showcase here in this video. All right, so in front of me I have a bunch of the Kudzik variation that I fell in love with in collecting pop tabs. My first couple were here, and the biggest difference that I noticed about these was, if you look at the top here, there's a distinguished notch right at the top. On the reverse side, they're both pretty similar, as well as the rest of the Kudzik variations. They stay true to the shape, but with this other notch, if you look at the reverse, which when I do look at tabs, I am flipping them over to look at the reverse to help identify if it's a new variant or a new tab in general, which was all of this information I gained and learned from what Yoba does at Pull Tab Archaeology. But on this one, you can clearly see more of a round, almost a wing shape. Yoba would probably call this a hornet variation, but these are more of what Yoba calls the term hornet, more the wing shape. But on the Kudzik variation, you can clearly see the differences there. As we move down, the other ones that I found have the word lift etched or engraved into the tab, and is very common with these types. However, there are tabs that do not have anything engraved in them, which I find rather intriguing and interesting. One of the most interesting ones I found had this 6 and 8 above the word lift. Whether that be a date or just a way to distinguish this tab in terms of manufacturing, I'm not sure, but still, it's very interesting. And then as we move along, we can see these other notches and flat tops on these tabs. Another thing that I find interesting and I discovered was that the word lift on some tabs has, and I discovered this, you have to get in really close to see if it'll focus. You can see one right here, 2 dots, right above the eye. Found a lot, and I've noticed this a lot with other tabs of this type. There are dots here and here below the F, but also 1, 2, 3 on above the word lift. But on this tab, there are no dots. Then another variation that I've actually discovered today was the word lift is, if we're looking near the middle of the tab, begins down here with the letter L and finishes the word lift near the top of the tab. Whereas these two begin the word lift coming from the top down. These were 2 new variations that I discovered in a batch sent by Greg, who's a metal detectorist out in California. So these are just some of the variations and variants of the Kudzik type, which I wanted to share with you guys. So pretty neat stuff. So yeah, there you have it. That's kind of what I am into doing with the tabs on this YouTube page. I want to generate awareness and maybe get other people excited about finding the intricacies and different variations of treasure trash, as the term has been called, when a lot of metal detectorists are looking for these. They've coined that yes, it is trash, but to someone like me or like you, it could be treasure. And this is a very unique thing. I get lost in looking at the dirt, cleaning tabs off and finding different variations, and I would like to share it with you, and I hope that you guys would also appreciate me sharing this info. So if you do like this video, please share it. Please consider subscribing to the channel and maybe go out and find some of your own tabs. So that's a wrap. This is my first video. I want to keep these pretty short so that I don't bore anyone with tabs. So thanks. Once again, my name is Alex, and Sta-Rad.